2026 Winter Olympics are just over a week away. And if you like me, you might not know when the games are played, what the format might look like, what the groups mean, or what the groups are looking like. So I decided to put that all in this video for anybody that doesn't know, just so they know ahead of time when the games that they want to watch will be on and how the format works in Olympic hockey. There are 12 teams competing in the 2026 Olympics in 3 different groups. In Group A, you have Canada, Czechia, Switzerland, and France. Group B, Finland, Sweden, Slovakia, and Italy.
Mamma mia!
Group C, USA, Germany, Latvia, and Denmark. So each group will compete in a round-robin style tournament. Every team will play each other once. So the group winners advance automatically. They don't have to do a qualifying round. And the best second place team out of all 3 groups advance as well. So 4 teams will advance automatically. And the remaining 8 teams move on to the qualifying round. The 4 winning teams from the qualifying round move on to the quarterfinals. Then that's when the seeding gets arranged. You figure out who's going to play who. Every team will play at least 4 games. Even if you lose all of them, you at least get to see your country play 4 games. So now after the quarterfinals, you move on to the semis. 2 games in the semis. Then after that, the bronze medal game. Then after that, the gold. So the games start February 11th. You have Slovakia versus Finland February 11th at 10:40 a.m. Then you have Sweden versus Italy at 3:10 p.m. Then February 12th, you have Switzerland versus France at 6:10 a.m. Czech Republic versus Canada 10:40 a.m. Germany versus Denmark 3:10 p.m. Latvia versus USA also at 3:10 p.m. Another thing, there are 2 different rinks, so there are going to be games being played at the same time. Going on to the next day, you have Finland versus Sweden, February 13th at 6:10 a.m. Also at 6:10, you have Italy versus Slovakia. Then you have France versus Czech Republic at 10:40 a.m. Canada versus Switzerland at 3:10 p.m. Moving on to February 14th, you have Germany versus Latvia at 6:10 a.m. Also at 6:10, you have Sweden versus Slovakia, Finland versus Italy at 10:40 a.m., USA versus Denmark at 3:10 p.m. February 15th, Switzerland versus Czech Republic at 6:10 a.m., Canada versus France at 10:40 a.m., Denmark versus Latvia at 1:10 p.m., and the final game of the preliminary round, USA versus Germany at 3:10 p.m. Then the qualifiers. So the 8 lowest seeded teams from the prelims. February 17th, all the qualifying games will be played this day. 6:10 a.m., 6:10 a.m., 10:40 a.m., and 3:10 p.m. And then however the seeding ends up being played out, the quarterfinals will be played February 18th. 1 game at 6:10 a.m., 1 game at 10:40 a.m., 1 game at 12:10 p.m., and 1 game at 3:10 p.m. There will be 2 semifinal games played, both on the 20th, one at 10:40 a.m. and one at 3:10 p.m. And then the bronze medal game will be at 2:40 p.m. on February 21st. The gold medal game will be at 8:10 a.m. Sunday, February 22nd. And this for me is really the first Olympics that I've been super excited and into getting all the information about. It was a little confusing at first, that's why I decided to make the video. I'm sure for some others it's kind of seems a little bit confusing as well. I figured it might help somebody out. I know there's some people that probably think I'm a dummy, but I figured it would help a couple people out, seeing as how there's so many teams and so many games all bunched together. So that's really it for today's video, guys. Let me know what country you're rooting for down below. I'd love to see. I've been checking. I've got some Swedish people and Finnish people watching my videos. So if that's the case, leave a like below, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and one more thing. Go USA.